So we are here with the world famous voice of RC, Mr. Scotty Ernst. It's a pleasure to meet you. In actual fact, I'm a bit in awe. Are you?
I am very much in awe.
Yeah.
I've heard your voice, your delicate tones. You travel the world. You do some miles.
I'm very blessed. Yeah, I never thought that this would kind of become a career. I just love the hobby like everybody, else, and it's an honor to be able to share it with so many people.
That's brilliant. I can imagine you at school when a careers advisor comes over and says, "What do you want to be when you get older?" This probably never sort of entered your head, did it?
No, not at all. I mean, I went in the military when I got out of high school, and I had a good career in the military, and I thought, okay, that's going to be my thing, and it just didn't work out. And I had a chance to buy a hobby shop and a racetrack in 1993. And that got me in the hobby business because I wasn't even into RC when I was in the military.
Really?
And I walked into this track that ended up buying and changed my life.
It's incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, you've answered my next question, which was going to be, how did you get into this? But do you race? Do you still find time to sort of get a car out and have a play? Or?
I do. Yeah, as much as I can. The pandemic changed a lot of things for everyone in the world, especially me. This is my full-time job, and I never thought I'd lose my job, kind of doing this for a profession.
Yeah.
And so it's been tough. So now that pandemic's done, I'm working every weekend if I can.
You're back on it. It's
and
funny.
Everything. So,
well, I checked out your Facebook page, and as Carl says, you're doing some serious air miles right now. I mean, you're here, there, and everywhere. I mean, what's your plan for the year? Moving forwards. I know you've got an event here in the UK in May.
The Robin Hood Raceway, isn't it?
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it's going to be. We had our first one there last year, and Robin Hood is just an amazing track, and James and the guys they're top notch and so awesome, and they like what we did last year, and everybody had a good time because it was just something a little bit different than what everybody's used to here in the UK.
Yeah.
And they allowed us to bring it back here in May, and I hope we're going to have a fully booked and just a great time up there because it's such an amazing thing, and it was so weird. We don't race in the rain in America. You know what I mean?
We have no choice.
I know.
But
It was so awesome. It started just raining a little bit. It was like the C group or the B group was up, and I'm like, the guys, what do we do? And they're like, just carry on.
Crack on.
And all, yeah, exactly.
It's the British
way.
Exactly.
It was awesome. And all the guys that were in the next race ran to the pits to change their tires. It was awesome. It was just nothing I've experienced, and it was so cool.
Yeah,
it's very much. We do on-road racing as well, so you'll have a wet car and a dry car in the pits just ready because the weather over here is so unpredictable. The seasons aren't really seasons, are they?
No,
but going back to the travelling that you've done, you must have seen some amazing tracks over your time all over the globe. Where is the centre of RC in the world, would you say? Who's doing it right?
I think each area of the world has their thing. Like in America, 8-scale buggy, nitro powered, and now grown as electric. That's huge.
Yeah,
there.
what with the e-buggies now, right? So,
yeah, correct. That's growing there. In Asia, it used to be touring car, especially in Hong Kong and Japan. That's kind of withered down, and 8-scale buggy now is really growing there in Asia. On-road is still really strong in Australia, but 8-scale buggy, it's still growing. In Europe, touring car is still really, really big. In main part of Europe and things like that.
Yeah.
Everything else is just kind of less. 10-scale electric buggy is huge also in America. That's really big because there's so many indoor racetracks in America for 10-scale, whether it be carpet or indoor dirt. Indoor dirt is really popular in America, and there's a lot of tracks.
And I've noticed they run like slick tyres on their dirt buggies indoors, don't they? So the setup is very different, and I think the American tracks seem very different to the UK tracks. Do you notice that from country to country, that there's maybe different track designs or different styles, different themes to the way that clubs run their events?
Absolutely. There's quite a bit of difference. The size of the jumps in America are normally larger and things like that. And carpet off-road in America was never a big thing up to 5 years ago. It was obviously huge here in Europe and UK and everything like that. And then it slowly built up popularity in America, and then I did a race in Vegas for a couple years, and now I do another one in the hotel in Cleveland.
Is that the Snowbirds?
Yeah, Snowbirds, an on-road race.
Yeah,
Mike Boylan's been doing it 30 years. They just celebrated. Great race in Orlando, and it's a crazy race, almost 24 hours. And back when I used to race a lot,
is like, wow.
Yeah, what's the other one that they've done? Is it the Chili Bowl? There's quite a big.
That's this race. Yeah. So that's a big dirt oval race. That's a very popular form of racing too.
Yeah.
People think dirt oval only going in a circle, but it's a whole nother level.
I can imagine.
Because that's one thing that's not really massive over here is the oval racing. We don't really get that over here, but it's a massive scene out in the States, especially with the dirt ovals. I guess a lot of it comes from the interest in NASCAR, which they do a lot more, whereas over here we've got touring cars and we've got F1. So again, the national motorsports are slightly different.
Oh yeah, it guides things, and dirt oval full scale is very popular in America. That drives a lot of the people that watch that. They race that, so it's it makes it a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Well, it's fantastic, and on behalf of everybody here, thanks for coming, because your voice makes it. If you weren't here, I think it would be a very different event, would it not?
It would. It was like the first time I heard you say my name. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So thanks for your hard work today. We got finals tomorrow. Good luck with that. We'll see how we get on tomorrow.
See how we get on. Yeah, I've not had the best day today. So
no. I've got to console him on the way home, Scotty.
Yeah.
Then it's got to get better, right?
It's going to get better. It can only get better.
You got to look. Glass is always half full, and in life,
definitely.
This is such a great event, and I'm just honored to be here. And I've made so many friends through the years, and meet new ones. I met Randolph. His name. He's from Estonia.
Yeah, we met him earlier.
I don't think I've ever met anybody from Estonia. So I check it off the list, and that's the cool part. You asked earlier about my travel, and I've been blessed to travel around the globe, doing this from China to South Africa to everywhere in Europe and everywhere in Asia, and it's just I got to do a race in New Zealand 3 weeks ago. I have a 8-scale buggy series in Asia, and I went to New Zealand. We had a big race. I didn't know this. It was the first international race ever in New Zealand. They've had races where some of the Australians come, but people from all over the region came, and it was a feeling like I rarely experienced, because it was their first big spotlight race. A beautiful track. It's called Countries RC. Shane is the organizer of the club, a brilliant club. But the feelings from the racers was they were just in awe, not of the event, just being able to be part of something. And it was the grassroots of why we got all into the hobby. Just for the fun of it.
100%. 100%.
And a lot of time at the top level, that's forgotten about. There's the drama of the pros and stuff like that. And it was such a amazing vibe and feeling there to have all these people just enjoying 100%. The hobby at the top level. It was something I'll never forget. It was amazing.
No, I mean that's one.
One of the big events. I don't know whether you're familiar with it, but the big events that we get involved with over here is the Iconic Cup and the Iconic RC, where we run vintage cars, and it's literally the vintage revival scene over here is quite big.
It is.
You'll have like 300 plus competitors running vintage buggies over a weekend, and there's something very special about it, isn't it?
Definitely.
It's guys just enjoying the hobby.
Reliving our childhood.
It's not quite like the stress of the sort of the top tier.
That's right. I think they're a bit slower and a bit more forgiving as well. So there's that.
It's a very nice atmosphere and nice vibe when you go to competitions like that.
We're running a vintage at the UK Showdown in May, and Nathan Rawls was here. And he says, "Scotty, I got an old school RC10 that I get to race, so I get to run a little vintage there at our race in May."
Do it. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend.
Oh, he is. He's great.
He's actually going to sort us out of a couple of cars.
He's a good lad. So big shout out to him as well. But listen, we must let you go. Thanks for your time today. You've had a busy day, so you stuck around to talk to us. We fully appreciate that. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And we might get to
see you trackside again soon.
I hope you guys can maybe make the race in May up at Robin Hood. If you
I
can.
think we'll have a little look at that. Ask the wife.
You got to ask the boss.
Ask the boss.
Negotiate with the boss.
Exactly.
So we can get out.
Nicely, we did it during the bank holiday, so
that's clever.
Time off. So hopefully it works out.
All good.
I look forward to going to your YouTube and checking out your site.
Look, I think you'll like it. We're very, we want to get more people in. That's the
We've
goal.
got quite a good video from this event last year, which will sort of get you started into what we do. But
check it out.
Enjoy the channel. Thanks for your time.
Cheers,
my pleasure.
Thanks
guys. Thanks for asking me to be on there.
Thank you.
Pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Carl at a point from the second on the starting grid. Tsutomu Kato in second and in 3. Here from Japan. Good battle here on the left side, tabletop. Opposite step up, step off. Carl leading away, Tsutomu right behind him. Down the back for everything else. Oh, Kato getting sideways.
Yep, good lad. Now fly.
Carl gonna be here later.
That was nice.
Second spot now is gonna be Scott.